Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Alexis Ammons here, DNP, board certified family nurse practitioner, WorldLink trained hormone specialist, and proud graduate of Beldonine preceptorship for cardiovascular prevention. Welcome to the kitchen. The purpose of this video today is to let you guys know what we had for breakfast and to talk to you about how I chose these items. A lot of what I do for what I offer is talk to people about how they eat, how they physically exercise, their stress level. It's a whole package. It's a holistic picture, right, about health and wellness and longevity and how to prevent illness and prevent diseases. And a lot of that has to do with what types of foods we eat. So something about me, maybe it's TMI, maybe it's not, but I'm gonna just divulge it all. I'm a high school dropout. I got my GED. I had a baby at 16. I was on food stamps for part of my life while I was in college. While I was going to school, I received food stamps, I received daycare assistance. So I didn't really understand a lot about how the healthiest choices could be made because I was on the go. I was a single working mom, had a great family to support me, but still, it's just what it is, right? So here we go. Like, I guess a tagline could be, once upon a time I was on food stamps, now I'm teaching you how to shop at Whole Foods. Whole Foods is great and anybody can shop there. You can choose any grocery store you want, but it's just, we all know it's a nice grocery store and it's a little intimidating if you're not used to shopping there and you're not understanding what does organic mean? What does non-GMO mean? I mean, a good meal for me growing up was fried hot dogs and potatoes, honestly. And it was delicious. It really was. It still is delicious, but is it the best choice? No. Every now and then? Okay. So let's review what we had for breakfast this morning and let's talk about the foods I chose. I understand there's also budget considerations, so I'm gonna share some brands that I like too. So the first thing I did was I started off this morning, my kids wanted hot chocolate, right? Here we go. So at Whole Foods, I like the 365 brand and I bought the hot cocoa organic. That means there's no extra chemicals, there's not any funny business. Anything that's organic is always non-GMO. And non-GMO means it's not genetically modified. So you don't want your foods to be genetically modified. There's so many things we're gonna go over. I wanna put it all in one video, but I know that's impossible. But our grandparents were non-GMO. Our grandparents were organic. My mama had chickens in her backyard that she would wring their neck, kill them, fry them up. I mean, I love chickens and I love eggs. I'm not saying, sorry, PETA, but that's how it was. Our grandparents were non-GMO. So they grew their own garden. They had their own eggs. They had chickens that were organic eggs, pasture raised, free range eggs. So really it's just bringing it back to basics. I know there's a lot of people, my family members, that can be intimidated. I was intimidated by how to choose the right foods. It's just bringing it back to basics. Okay, so my kids had hot chocolate. Love the hot chocolate. What kid doesn't want marshmallows with their hot chocolate, right? So yeah, probably not the best thing for an everyday diet, but these marshmallows are my favorite, are the best. They're called Dandies, vanilla flavored. There are no artificial colors, no corn syrup, and no gelatin. Again, there's sugar in there. You don't want to have it every day, but they really are good marshmallows. They're the best marshmallows. You're not skimping on these marshmallows. They're good. So they had their hot chocolate, and then I had my coffee. I love Peet's coffee, so I made that, and I had some organic creamer. And I used monk fruit instead of stevia or instead of sugar. Monk fruit, there's a lot of great benefits to monk fruit. I still do stevia from time to time, but monk fruit by far the healthiest I can find. Lots of benefit. It's a fruit. It's a monk fruit. I think it's from Asia, but anyway, it comes out like a little powder, and it tastes good, and it makes my coffee sweet, and I like it. And by the way, if you have to fast for some reason, for labs, or you're doing like a 14-hour, 16-hour fast just for your brain health, like overnight while you're sleeping, if you have coffee and monk fruit, it won't break your fast. So you can have black coffee with monk fruit and you won't break your fast, and it's yummy. I like the cream though, so I decide to have that when I break my fast. Okay, so we did that for our beverages. And then I made the girls and myself blueberry muffins. I don't really eat breakfast during the week, but on the weekends I like to have breakfast with my kids. So I like this brand. I'm also gluten-free. That's a lot more information that we can go over again. I have Hashimoto's autoimmune thyroiditis, so I'm on a gluten-free diet. That is something I'll walk through this journey with you too, okay? I know that's intimidating because people are like, well, what is gluten? How do I know what's in it? How do I do that? Gluten is wheat flour, so you want to avoid wheat flour, especially if you have Hashimoto's. Even in eczema, there's some people with eczema that will tell me they gave up gluten and their eczema went away. So it's anything autoimmune, give up gluten. So this is a good brand that I like. I actually bought this at Drug Emporium, and it's a gluten-free blueberry mix, and it makes really good blueberries, and you use a lot of butter. Butter's not your enemy. Fat's not your enemy. Carbs are your enemy. There are carbs in this, but again, once a week do I enjoy these blueberry muffins or my gluten-free pancakes. We'll do that video next time. So I love this. Anyway, it's real easy to make. You mix it up, and when you use your eggs, and I made scrambled eggs too. Now, you splurge a little on eggs, it's worth it. I like the pasture-raised organic Vital eggs, Vital Farm eggs. I get these at Whole Foods. These are delicious. These yolks are orange. They look like Mama's eggs. It's just good eggs, and these chickens are happy. So this is the egg choice I have. Spend more money on eggs. It is a good thing to do. Eggs are good for you. And then I like to buy the organic salted butter. Organic means these cows weren't given extra hormones, no extra chemicals in their diet. So organic just means bringing it back to basics, just regular old butter. So I buy that one. It tastes really good, and it's worth a little bit more for your health and for the taste. And you don't need a lot, but I like a lot. So anyway, channeling my inner Paula Deen. And I also got these paper cups for the muffins. I bought the ones that don't have bleach in them, so I don't need any extra chemicals in my muffins. So that's pretty basic, just plain paper. And then we enjoyed orange juice. And what I like about this one, it's $3.65, so the affordability factor's there. And this is no pulp. I like no pulp because you brush your teeth and you get pulp. You got to go floss and whatever. I just don't want the pulp. Some people like pulp. Nothing against the pulpers. So this is organic orange juice, and I love this one. Actually, this is not the organic. The other one is in the fridge, but I do usually buy organic orange juice. So organic means the oranges were grown without any extra chemicals, no extra substances. I buy organic fruit. I buy organic juices. I buy organic milk. I like this one from Costco. You get 3 of these half gallons in one purchase. It's awesome. So I just use organic milk, 2% reduced fat. My kids, my little girls, I don't want any extra added hormones. I feel like kids are going through puberty way younger than they used to, and I think that's a part of our food system, the added hormones, the GMO, all those things. So I try to bring it back to basics as much as I can. And then I like this in my coffee. This is organic cinnamon. I use the monk fruit, and then I put a little cinnamon and organic creamer. It's just really nice. I like cinnamon. I like the taste. There's a lot of health benefits, but I honestly like the taste. So I wanted to show you the product here of these muffins. They are delicious. They're very good. They keep for a few days. You can have them again the next day or the day after. These are good muffins. And those are gluten-free muffins. And you know what? People that aren't gluten-free, that don't even care to be gluten-free, will pick those muffins over regular muffins all day, any day. And they pick my pancakes, even though they're not gluten-free. My pancakes are gluten-free. The people that eat them don't care about being gluten-free. My family comes over for a big Saturday breakfast, and I make these gluten-free pancakes, and they don't even know, but they love them, and they just don't know. So that's just a few things. Now, that's a lot. I like to give a lot of details. I'll keep explaining that more. So just know I went from, just eating hot dogs and weenies fried. That was a delicacy for me. Now I know how to shop better, choose organic choices. And, a little advice. Don't freak out when the Cheetos and the Doritos look different, because now the FDA took out the non-GMO factor and we can't add all these weird food dyes that cause cancer. So your Cheetos and your Doritos aren't gonna look like they fell from the sky, from space, but they're still gonna be delicious, and you should eat them sparingly because they do have carbs. But it's not all or nothing. We have to enjoy life. So, hey, that's it for now. Thanks for listening and watching. I'll come back again later. That was just our breakfast, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Again, I practice at Nova Wellness and Prevention in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I look forward to hearing from you.